with contrition and hope in mind, I am announcing the establishment of an independent reconciliation and compensation program here in the Diocese of Syracuse. The IRCP is designed to offer reparation, promote reconciliation, and further healing to those individuals who in the past have been sexually abused by members of our diocesan clergy. I think we can all agree that the sexual abuse crisis in the Catholic Church is a horrific chapter in our history. It has left an indelible mark on the faith lives of so many. As your bishop, I would like to apologize again for the pain and the suffering caused by some priests of this diocese. Over the past 15 years, since the crisis broke in 2002, the Diocese of Syracuse has addressed this problem aggressively by reporting all allegations to the appropriate district attorney, ensuring that no priest with a credible allegation of abuse remains in ministry, and preventing acts of abuse through our highly successful Safe Environment program. There are now nearly 40,000 individuals trained in child abuse prevention, as well as having been criminally background checked. Just last week, we revisited our memorandum of understanding with the district attorneys and informed them of this program, and we are grateful for our open working relationship. Survivors have been provided counseling, spiritual direction, and other support to help them find ways to move forward. Over time, we have reached settlements with roughly 20 individuals who were harmed. Even with this progress, there is no question we have made missteps in handling this crisis, and we continue to look for meaningful ways to reach out to those who have been harmed decades ago. Over the past year, we have monitored the IRCP in the Archdiocese of New York, and in the Diocese of Brooklyn, and the Diocese of Rockville Center. The response from survivors and their families has been extremely positive. We know and we acknowledge that we cannot reverse the damage that has been done in the past, but our hope is that this new effort will provide an opportunity to seek forgiveness for the irreparable acts of the past, and perhaps bring a sense of healing to some. The Independent Reconciliation and Compensation Program will be spearheaded by Mr. Kenneth Feinberg and Ms. Camille Byros. Mr. Feinberg and Ms. Byros are well known for their experience in mediation and the administration of compensation programs for the survivors of the 9/11 tragedy, the BP oil spill at Penn State, and most recently the IRCPs offered in the 3 downstate dioceses. Serving as independent administrators, Mr. Feinberg and Ms. Byros will work with those who have previously notified the diocese that they have been harmed by a member of the clergy. I will let them explain in just a moment how the program works. But I want to emphasize that Mr. Feinberg and Ms. Byros retain complete and sole discretion over all eligibility requirements and agreements, and the settlement compensation amounts for eligible individuals. The diocese will accept these determinations without question. There are 76 individuals who will receive a letter, if they have not already done so, inviting them to participate. This represents 40 priests over the decades who have been accused of abuse. Most of these individuals are deceased, and all have been removed from ministry. I know this will, again, raise the question of releasing names. Allow me again to address this issue. I will continue to honor the requests of those who have come forward. Some survivors have asked me to release all of the names, and others have asked me not to release the name of their offender. Therefore, we will confirm a name when a survivor makes it known, and in that way, I feel I am honoring the request of both. An obvious question you will have is, how are we paying for the IRCP? The diocese must bear the cost of this program and will be using funds from its general liability insurance program. The diocese is self-insured, and over the years it has built up reserves for both seen and unseen events. The diocese will not use money given by the people of the diocese to support parishes, schools, the annual Hope Appeal, the foundation of the Roman Catholic Diocese, the Cathedral Restoration Fund, Catholic Charities, or any other charitable fund in the Church. Will not use those funds. It's very important to remember. Before I turn it over to Ken and Camille, allow me to make one thing very clear. Child sexual abuse is a grave sin and a crime, and no child is responsible for his or her abuse, ever. We will not return to the mistakes of the past.